After 52 years, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark abdicated the throne and left the throne of Denmark to her son, Prince Frederik. Today, I'll let you know everything you have to know about this shocking announcement. Hi everyone, my name is Anna and welcome to On Royals. Today I will brief you all about the shocking abdication of Queen Margrethe II of Denmark. I really hoped for a calm start of the year, but well, she had other plans, and just before New Year's she announced that she will leave the throne of Denmark. Queen Margrethe II has been the Queen of Denmark, a country in the Nordics, in the Northern Europe, for 52 years. She started her journey as the Queen 14th of January 1972 after her dad, King Frederik IX, died. And she was then 32. She was already married to a French man, Prince Henri, and together they already had two sons, Frederik and Joachim. Frederik being the current or the soon-to-be King Frederik X. Margrethe is a beloved queen in Denmark. She is perceived as a very warm person, witty, and a lot of people really likes her. I will tell you later a bit more about how popular is she among Danish people, but many people think that and believe that she's a very, very cool grandma. She is super passionate about archaeology, but first and foremost, art. She is a costume designer for multiple theatrical performances, even now, and especially now when she is a bit older. But also, she designed costumes for one Netflix movie, Danish movie. So if you're wondering what she can do, go to Netflix and just type Queen Margrethe and you will know. But also what she did and she's famous for is illustrating the Danish edition of The Lord of the Rings under a pseudonym, because she couldn't just, sign it Queen Margrethe, but still. And Tolkien apparently really liked her drawings. She is a dachshund enthusiast, so a dog team is still with us, even after Queen Elizabeth and her corgi is not longer a thing. And she has quite a unique style. Her outfits are usually bold and colorful. She has a lot of jewelry, and I would say her style is as iconic as Queen Elizabeth II was. Currently, she is the second longest reigning monarch in the whole world and the only queen regnant. So what's going on? What happened? Every New Year's Eve at 6 p.m, Danes gather around a TV just before they are about to start a party. They are watching a queen's speech or a monarch's speech, but in this case it was always, for the past 52 years, a queen's speech. So the queen is usually updating about what happened in her life, her family's life, and the whole world for the last year, and usually this is not that interesting. Though the last New Year's Eve was very different from this. So on 31st of December 2023, she abdicated. She announced her abdication in this New Year's speech. She declared that she will leave the throne on 14th of January, as it is her 52nd anniversary of her reign, and her successor will be Prince Frederik. Now we know that Prince Frederik will be King Frederik X. Why she abdicated? Queen Margrethe explained that she feels it's the right time to step down from her royal duties and maybe make a room for a new generation. She mentioned her health issues, which are also quite well known. She referred to a surgery that she has gone in February 2023. And after this surgery, she was kept sidelined for an extended period of time. She wasn't managing a full speed of royal engagements. She emphasized that she has no longer the strength for a full royal duties and is a time to step down. Was it a surprise? Wow, it was a big surprise, a huge in fact. Danish media began even one of the reports as, on New Year's Eve, many fireworks were set off, but the biggest explosion occurred during Queen Margrethe New Year's speech. So we can say it was a really, really, really big surprise. It broke a long-standing tradition that one remains king until one's death. And Margrethe has emphasized in many interviews during the last few years that she will reign until her death. So it was a huge surprise to all watching the New Year's speech. What was the reaction in Denmark? Certainly surprise and shock. Danes, whether active royalists and royal enthusiasts or not very interested in the royal family, they were all shocked. And it was quite an unexpected announcement to everyone. Online on TikTok or Instagram, you can find Danes sharing their reactions or live reactions to this news. And they're all kind of like, oh my God, what's going on? And even screaming. So it is quite funny to watch, but quite, it translates basically that it was a shock. And as I live in Copenhagen and have many Danish friends, I also asked them what they think about it. And I got one really, really nice message. So I will just read it for you. It's part of the annual tradition of the New Year's speech that Danes are joking about the Queen abdicating. Every year, it is possible to make bets via booking agencies on what the Queen will include, and the word abdicate is always available, but obviously it hasn't ever been taken seriously. When the Queen started talking about changes and consideration for the future, it was quite clear that something big is coming. So at least at my party, everybody started paying more attention. And when she broke the news, the Danes present, including myself, were mildly shocked. To me, there's always only been a queen, but my parents remember the last change of the monarch 52 years ago, so to them it was of course a big deal, but not a first. Personally, I'm mildly interested in the change of the monarch. I think it matters as a part of a Danish culture, and I personally think that the to-be king has set a good example in recent years with initiatives such as Royal Run. I'm not concerned about his moral code or capacity to be a modern king, and I expect him to be ready for the future changes needed to the royal institution. In comparison, his younger brother, Joachim, I told you, his younger brother is Joachim. His younger brother always has been perceived as more arrogant and out of touch with the public, and it would not have been comfortable to me if he was a king. It is a continuous debate in Denmark. Should the monarchy be continued, or should Denmark become a republic? But I do not see a reason to change it if there is a confidence in the ruling monarch. So you just heard a true Dane speaking about his or her feelings towards this change. The decision was certainly not widely known. Certainly family members, colleagues, the prime minister knew. Supposedly King of Sweden, there were rumors about King of Sweden knowing as well, but it wasn't really a piece of information that was circling around. Contrary to the custom, the Danish television did not receive the New Year's speech in advance, for example, for subtitling it. So it could be rather suspicious, and some commentators or journalists reportedly found out like an hour before the live announcement. So it wasn't like a big time before, a long time, so they couldn't really prepare very well. Of course, with any change like this, there are also voices from Republicans, and there are Republicans in Denmark. It's not a very strong fraction, but there is a debate about should Denmark become a republic or not. Republicans really underline that the monarchy is undemocratic and unsuitable for a modern state, and they even launched a campaign that says "Not my king," which is very similar to what happened a year ago in Great Britain. The latest polls from December 2023 shown that approximately 70% of Danes are in favor keeping the monarchy, while only 70% supported its abolition. At the same time, about 85% of population have a positive opinion of Queen Margrethe II. So more than actually really like the idea of monarchy. In Denmark, there is a general sympathy for the royals, or perhaps I would say more accurately that there is a lack of widespread antipathy towards the royal family. Certainly, it is much more subtle compared to Great Britain. Despite this, voices has emerged on the streets, in media, people really saying some things like, "Oh, I don't remember any other queen, she was always my queen," or even comparisons to the nation's mother. So, who will take the crown? From January 14th, the King of Denmark will be King Frederik X, and he will be head of the Kingdom of Denmark. He is current to the Danish throne and the eldest son of Queen Margrethe II. Frederik is 55 years old and has been working tirelessly for the Danish crown past few years. Despite youthful excesses and some not so cool stories, he has found his own way to be the heir to the throne. His great passion is sport, and for many years he has been a part of the International Olympic Committee and initiated street runs like a royal run. He has also undergone extensive military training, including a very specialized high-profile courses. In 2004, he married an Australian, Mary Donaldson, and he met her, or actually they met during the Olympics in Sydney in Australia in 2000. Mary embraced the challenge of being his wife and the wife to the heir of the throne and later the Queen of Denmark, which seems like a pretty big job. She, for example, speaks Danish perfectly now, and Danish is not an easy language, so Danes really appreciate that effort. She is highly liked princess. She is really excelling her role as the wife of the heir to the throne, and she has immense class and incredible style, and I don't know. Mary is just great, and she is really that she really has that something and brings a lot of. She's an asset basically to the Danish royal family. Mary is currently 51 years old, and together with Frederik, they have 4 children. Christian, 18 years old, and Christian will become the heir to the throne very, very soon. There's also a bit younger Isabella and twins, Vincent and Josephine. They're quite popular as a couple, but also individually. They have around 84-85% of popularity, so basically 85% of Danish society have positive opinion about Frederik and Mary. This is data from December, but we also have very recent data from January, and 82% of people believe that Frederik is suited for the role of the king, and 86% believe that Mary will be a good queen. So Mary is doing slightly better in those polls. Is there a coronation in Denmark? No, there is no coronation in Denmark, unfortunately. So you will not be able to follow this beautiful theatrical spectacle as it was with King Charles. There is only a proclamation, a very simple proclamation. It will take place 14th of January from a huge building in the center of Copenhagen called Christiansborg, and there at 3 p.m. The Prime Minister of Denmark, Mette Frederiksen, will proclamate Frederik as the new King of Denmark. Before, at 2 p.m., Queen Margrethe will sign her abdication papers, and then King Frederik will be King Frederik. From other practical information, Denmark will have to change coins of Danish crowns, because now Queen Margrethe is on the coins, and of course she will be with time replaced by King Frederik portrait on the coins. But this is something to be announced in the future. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little ride through the streets of Copenhagen and life of Danish royal family. I think you know everything you have to know by now. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and see you soon. Bye bye.